Um, I was talking earlier about, I said I wanted to talk about your past life interfering with your new life. Um, and how I plan not to let it do it, you know, because my last relationship, that's kind of what happened. You know, my ex-husband started coming in, making all these, just doing crazy stuff, and I told y'all about it. But at the same time, um, I tried to stop it. I cussed him out, all type of stuff. But he did so much to it put doubt in my ex's head, you know, and he had every reason to feel that way because this man was persistent, you know, and I don't know what that was all about, but I do know this. My new house, he doesn't even know the address. So he will never be able to interfere in my life again because, like this new guy, Jay, that I met, I'm thinking that, you know, even when he hears that I'm talking to him, he's going to try to pull the same stuff because even though it took Thomas 2 years to finally get tired of it, um, a man will get tired of it, especially if a man is being persistent where he won't leave you alone for 2 years. It's been before I met Thomas. We hadn't been together for like 4 to 5 years. Now I'm with Thomas. We ain't been together for another two. So we talking about 6 to 7 years that you are persistently pursuing me. Like you don't have a clue yet that it's over, it's gone, it's done. You know, I kept telling him, even if me and Thomas break up, you still don't stand a chance. Our chapter is closed, shut, just smashed together. That's how done it is. You know, when you call me, I get irritated. When you call me, I get really freaking upset because I don't want to hear from you. And he just could not get that through his head, you know. And Thomas was feeling some type of way about it because, you know, this man calling me, hey, love, leaving roses, all type of stuff, y'all. Just was just, huh, I didn't even understand it. Like, what are you trying to prove right now? You know, you see me with another man. You see, I know you see this man in my cars driving it, you know. I know you see him because you lurk in my house. So I know you see him just punching the code coming in like he live here because he does. But he just would not give up, you know, and I don't understand why. So with that being said, this new house is going to start a new chapter in my life, a new journey. I'm not going to let the old thoughts creep up in the back of my head and telling me, you know, don't do this, don't do that with this man. If I feel safe enough to trust him, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to do it. I'm going to do it. You know, I've learned a lot from this last relationship. I learned the stuff that I did wrong. I learned the stuff that I could have prevented, you know, and I am going to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, if I had not made the mistakes, if I had you know, shown this man that he was really important to me, and if I had not made him feel like he was just occupying space because I didn't want to be alone, if I had not made him think those things, we probably still would have been together. Who knows? Maybe not. but we certainly would have stood a better chance at it. You know, our age difference, I don't think that really even mattered as much because because when we I gotta explain something. When me and Thomas first met, it was just like an an instant connection. You know, it was like we was reading each other's mind, we was feeling each other's vibe, we was vibrating at the same frequency, which was a pretty damn high level. You know, um, he was talking about starting his own company, and I wanted to help him do that. You know, I wanted him to be able to take care of his children and take care of all the things that he needs to take care of. I wanted him to be financially independent where he didn't have to depend on anybody because I knew his past. He told me everything about him. He didn't lie to me about anything in his past. And that's one of the reasons that drew me into him because he was so dang on honest with me. He told me about all the women. He told me which one was which and all this other crazy stuff. And, he told me about his best friend. He told me basically about everything in his past life, everything that was going on with his life right then and there. He was just very, very honest with me. And I loved him and I appreciate him for that because I never had a man that come out and be that clear and that honest. And not only did he tell me everything, he changed everything. You know, this man was a hoe. He stopped being a hoe. You know, he he used to go out every weekend with his friends. He stopped doing that. I mean, he really did try to get his life together. And with me doing all the nagging or whatever else, he just felt like he wasn't enough. And I get that because, I mean, he wasn't even going out with his friends that much. He would go out with them, I know, the first couple of months. And I think that's where everything got messed up because I was so used to him being at home with me on the weekends. And so then when he wanted to start going back out with his friends, and he was only going maybe once or twice a month. He wasn't even going every weekend. But me, with my black self, oh, I didn't even want that. I wanted him with me on every weekend. I couldn't even give the man the couple of weekends that he was asking for, you know? And like I said, he changed everything for me. And he really did try. And I think during that trying part, um, because I kept trying to get more and jumping on him for more, he just felt like um, it wasn't enough. And then when they start cutting his hours on his job and he couldn't do the stuff for me that he used to do, and me with my black self, I'm not even registering that, you know, they cut his hours. He can't afford everything that he was affording before. And what I should have done is I should have stood by him while he was going through that. But no, not my black self. I started complaining about, him not doing everything that he used to do, like most of us do, and it just triggered something in me, like from my past relationships. So, with that being said, I went down a whole nother rabbit hole. Instead of supporting him and being there for him, I started nagging him, you know? And that can make a man feel unworthy. That can make a man feel like he's not enough. And I shouldn't have done that to him. Like, everybody thinks that, oh, what he's doing now is totally his fault. He's totally wrong and all that. No, I played a part in that. And I'm willing to accept my part and my responsibility of that part. But it's never going to work between us because he's not willing to accept his and own up to his part of it. And that's why I stopped hoping. That's why I stopped waiting, because I don't think he ever will own up to it or face the music or come and talk to me, because like I told y'all before, he doesn't like confrontation. He don't like to argue. He don't like to see me cry. He wouldn't want to see me cry. He wouldn't want to see me upset. So he would try to avoid that at all costs. You know, he's the type that if I don't see it, it's not happening. And I used to tell him all the time, just because you don't see it, don't mean that I'm not crying. Don't mean that I'm not upset. It just only means that you're not there for me, which hurts even more, because you're not even owning up to the fact that I'm feeling some type of way and you need to fix it, you know? Instead of you telling me I need to fix it myself because you can't fix it, you can't make me happy. No, you're absolutely right. You do make me happy at some extent, but the majority of me being happy, you're right, is solely left on me and the Most High. You're absolutely correct. But you don't need to add fuel to the fire, you know? And that part he didn't understand. And I don't think he ever will. But for me, is it's a awakening for me, because don't no man control my happiness. My happiness comes from God. My joy comes from God. Yeah, I have to give it away. And if I choose to give it to you, I just feel like you should do something with it. At least try. You probably can't fix it, but at least try. Say some shit like, it's gonna get better. Oh baby, it's gonna be all right. Oh baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Do some shit with it instead of just saying what you say. um, I don't know, but that's the way I feel. So from this point on, moving forward, I am not gonna let my past relationships interfere with what I'm doing in the present. It's no longer gonna affect my present or my future. I'm gonna try like hell to keep it from doing that, and I'm gonna do it because this man, he is aware of my past. He is. I mean, he really sat down and talked to me, and I mean, that's one of the things I like about him, because he really sat down and talked to me, tried to get to know me, try to see what makes me tick, what makes me smile, all that. And, you know, I told him about my past and I was crying a little bit. And, he just grabbed my hand and he put his other arm around me. And he was like, I can't make it better for you, but I sure can try. And when he said those words, oh my God. I mean, he just melted my heart away because he's letting me know that I'm important, you know? What I'm feeling is important. He's not going to try to sweep it under the rug. He's going to try to build a foundation with me. And that was the key point for me. He he is different. He is different. He's an old soul trapped in a young man's body because he moves like an older man. Um, he really does. He. That's why I had to get off and talk to him because, like right now, he's asleep. And I told him I was gonna get back on and do my podcast for a minute. And the first thing he said was like, "When you get done with your podcast, call me back. I'll keep the phone right by my ear. I'll answer it." What? You got to be at work at 6 in the morning. It's almost 12, and you want me to call you back? You know, am I gonna call him back? Probably not, because I'm not gonna be that selfish. The old Jackie with her black self would have called that man and woke him up, and we both would have fell asleep on the phone. But right now, I got to do a little bit more trusting. You know, I got to trust him to know that he's in the bed asleep and he'll call me first thing in the morning and say, "Why didn't you call me back?" And I'll let him know. And I'll tell him exactly what I told y'all. The old Jackie would have called you back. Who I am now today, I'm not going to be that selfish. You got to get up and go to work. You got to be at work at 6 in the morning. So you have to get up by 5 or 4:30 just so you can be to work. I'm calling you back at 12 means I'm interrupting your sleep. You're not going to only get but 4 hours of sleep. I already interrupted it early by calling you like about 9 o'clock. And this man was already in the bed, old soul in a young person's body, So I didn't call. I'm not gonna call him back tonight, but hopefully he'll call me first thing in the morning, and he can wake me up. Okay, I wouldn't mind him waking me up because I can go back to sleep after me and him get done talking because I'm not on anybody's clock. Um, so I mean, basically, what I'm saying is that this new man is showing me some things. You know, he also knows the possibility that if Thomas come talk to me, that he might lose me. We didn't talked about that, and I told him, I said I don't know because um, I'm just now getting to know you. We're not serious right now. Um, but I do have a past relationship with this man. So now, if that was to happen, I would have to make a conscious decision. Is Thomas telling me the truth? Is he for real? Is he going to be consistent? Is he going to listen to my feelings? Is he going to show me something different? And the only way that I can find that out, yeah, I don't sleep with two men at the same time, but I will date them, okay? Because right now I'm single. I'm not in a relationship. So me and Thomas would have to start all over. And that's just the bottom line. He would have to build a foundation with me. Um, And I just don't think he's going to be willing to do the work. I just don't. I don't think that he would be up for the task. And this new guy, I think he would be. He would build that foundation with me. So, what I say, may the best man win. Because, you know, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not going to give up Jay. Not unless I'm absolutely sure that Thomas is for real. And that's going to take time. You know, Jay already told me he's in it for the duration. You know, he said that he don't care who else I date or whatever else. He's going to make sure that he wins. And hi, I'm up for that, you know? And he already told me, he was like, I'm not trying to have sex with you until after we get married or, we make that serious commitment because he's trying to get married. Will I get married again? I don't know. Boy, getting married, you can get married easily, but getting a divorce or getting an annulment, that is hard as hell. It took me 3 years to get a divorce from my ex husband. Took me 3 years. And I went in front of that judge. I was damn near in tears. I was like, I do not want to reconcile with this man. I do not want to be with this man. This man does not stand a chance in hell with me. And I even had to throw the old scenario in there like, if he was on fire, I wouldn't throw a glass of water on him. And the judge looked at me and he was like, "You really serious about this, aren't you?" I said, "Serious as a heart attack. I need out of this marriage because you are now stopping my life because I can't move forward with the man that I love." And he was like, "With the man that you love?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm in a whole different relationship with somebody else. Right now, y'all got me committing a sin because I'm in love with another man and y'all won't let me out of this marriage." He slammed down that gavel. He said, "Divorce." I almost did 2 somersaults and a cartwheel in the courtroom with a bad knee, you know? I almost did that because that's how bad I wanted out of it, you know? I did not want to be married to him anymore. And the judge seen that and he let me out of it. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I'm still eating on this watermelon, y'all. When I tell you it tastes like Arkansas watermelon, just straight from the ground, y'all, it's got seeds, real seeds, and not just a few, not just them white ones that you be seeing in the store bought ones, but it's got real seeds. Look at that, real seeds, real seeds. Lord, I ain't had no watermelon like this in a minute. I have not. And it's sweet and juicy. It don't taste like the rhyme. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I need to go find the farmer that grew this. And the good thing about watermelon is you don't gain no weight because it's water. You just pee it out. I only had a cup of it. All them seeds. Well, I'm gonna plant them, baby. I'm supposed to be closing on my house tomorrow. So if I do that, then I'm moving next week. I'm also buying two riding lawnmowers and gonna go buy the stuff for the push lawnmowers. I already got like three push lawnmowers and I got a whole bunch of weed eaters. But my son talked to me about starting a lawn service. So I'm gonna try it. Um I think it'll be a good investment. I'm gonna try to not be as expensive as everybody else. Try to cut people deals, you know, like like if they basically I'm gonna try to cut yards at about $20 to $35 a piece. No matter how big the yard is. The biggest yards, I don't want to go no more than 50 to $60. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I want to cut the cost of cutting the yard because they're on riding lawnmowers for real. It ain't probably gonna take them no more than what 20 to 30 minutes to cut a big yard, 10 to 15 to cut a small one. Gas is high, yes, but I don't think it takes that much gas to cut a yard. So we gonna say because most the average price to cutting a yard, um, I know some of them charge me like 160, 150. They don't know that's somebody's light bill, or half of it. And now they got to spend it on cutting the yard. And if they don't cut the yard, then the city want to come in and fine them like $300 to $400 because the grass is, I think it's like 7 inches tall. If it gets 7 inches, it's 7, 8, it's something like that. If your grass get that tall, then they come in and find you. It's ridiculous. But on the trucking company, I got enough loads where two of my trucks are staying busy right now, which is pretty good. I'm just trying to do it. A millionaire in 1 year. Um, I still got, I still got 80 pounds to lose, y'all. 80 pounds, and I'm hoping I don't look like a crackhead when I do it. Um, if I'm calculating right, I don't even think I want to get that small. I don't think I want to be 145. 145, I'm gonna look like a crackhead. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. I'm do. I'm gonna go down to 160. So if I go down to 160, I got maybe I think 55 more pounds to lose. Now I got 55 more pounds to lose. Hmm. I think I can do that. If I do something, 55. And what's the average pounds you lose a week? I can lose up to 5 in a week. I did that wrong. Divided by 5. So 11 more weeks, almost 3 more months. So that's September, October, November. I want to say by December, I should be and reach my goal. That's not bad. That's not bad. So that means in January, I'll be the size that I want to be starting a new year. Oh, that'll be so perfect. That would be. But I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta run this stuff up to the center. So I'm gonna do that. Hey Siri, call Jennifer. Jennifer, you at the center yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna bring these kiddos folders up there.
Okay.
I need you to make sure the stuff is in them. If it's not, text me. Who don't? I know most of them don't have a shot record, but just text me the ones that don't. I printed off some. Um, and then I'll get them to you. I want you to put some physical forms. Do y'all got physical forms or do I need to print some?
I think we got some here.
Make sure, please.
Okay, I will. Yeah, we do. We do. We got
Okay.
physical form. Yep.
All right, because I want the parents to get those and get them out. Make sure the employees. I just went on and gave Stephanie the week off. I got another girl coming in um, at 6 p.m. tomorrow. She's been a lead before. She's never been assistant, but I think we can train her to be an assistant. She's real timid though, real nice. I don't know. Uh,
Right.
so I'm gonna interview her and see, but she seems like the type of person that I would want to run my daycare. But it's just with all the other people that I got, I'm not gonna call them what I want to call them. Would just
Right.
would just give her a run for her money,
Right.
you
Right.
know. So
Yeah.
I just have to really lay down the law and let them know if y'all disrespect this woman in any type of way, y'all out of here.
Right.
Y'all
Yep.
out of here. You
Let me
know.
know.
So I'm gonna see what she's about tomorrow. And then did you get a hold of Wes?
No, I haven't. And I tried calling him and he didn't answer.
I know his phone going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, that's why I think he probably is resting today.
Mm-hmm. It's going straight to voicemail. You gotta give me his address. I ain't playing.
I got you.
I'm gonna go over there and knock on his door. I done told him. I'm gonna go
Right.
knock on his door because if them weeds get any taller in the front of this building, I've
I'm
been
telling you.
I'm gonna be. I don't know why this. And I'm gonna talk to the owner too. And I'm gonna take a picture of it and show and send it to him because this man will not cut that section for. I don't know why. And then the weeds that's growing up in the crack of the sidewalk and stuff. That looks so unprofessional. I mean, when they walking up to my thrift store, you see grass everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
it just don't look right.
Right.
So
yeah, there should be tons of concrete.
girl, it's just like I don't know. And then Liliana getting on my last nerve because she thinks she can come in my child care whenever she want to work. She into a rude awakening. I got interviews set up um, to what is she talking about? Okay, I'm asking can she do an interview tomorrow? Um, it's one for the thrift store because I'm about sick of her too.
Yeah. Oh, is that where Liliana's been working at? Is it the thrift store?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
the baby doing?
The baby's doing fine. And
Good.
Elias
Good.
crawling now.
Is she
Yeah,
already?
my grandbaby is crawling.
Oh.
Yep, she is. But Liliana is getting on my nerves. Then my son talking about she might have a job at Ford. I said I sure hope she do. He's like, you ain't gonna be mad, boy. No.
You're mad.
I said, boy, no, nope. I'm not. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not. I promise you, I won't.
Right.
I promise you, I will not be mad. I won't. I will not. So, yep, I just gave her the week off, and then if this one girl work out, I'm gonna tell her you need to wait till I open up Nolan Road because I hired an assistant manager.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't depend on you taking off and you can't even work Tuesday. You leaving at 1 o'clock. I
Yeah.
need you to just take off and finish your schooling or whatever else you got to do and then
Yeah.
come back. Because evidently, right now, it's too much. Because
Right.
you've been working on your schooling since it's been about a year.
Yeah.
It's been a whole year. And you mean tell me you ain't got the CDA program finished yet? So
Right.
it's not that long of a program.
Mm-mm.
It's not. I mean, with everything that I do, I finished it in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah. What school is it that she's going to?
I don't know. I don't know, but no, she it's just taking her too long. So
Right.
I'm gonna head up there and bring you this stuff.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be.
I don't know if I'm gonna drive the road or the truck. I'm probably gonna drive the road. I ain't moved it in a minute. I need to move it. I need
Started.
to move it, move it.
Yeah. All right. I'll be watching for you.
All right,
Okay.
bye. All right, y'all. I gotta make a run. Then I'm coming back, take my shower, go to sleep, get up tomorrow and do it all again. All right. I'm finna start setting up where some people can get on here with me. But I'm gonna pick and choose because I don't need nobody on here talking crazy. I don't. Um, so good night.